I am allowed to travel anywhere that exists, and I am allowed to observe anything that takes place, and I am allowed to ponder everything that I observe in my mind, but I cannot ask anyone why. I can never ask that question again, and I will live an eternity, and that question has been removed from my abilities. I cannot harm you, and you cannot harm me. We can have conversations about certain things, but we cannot interact more than a conversation. Physically, we are not compatible to touch. Even though you can see me and I can see you, we are not in the same dimension, so it is impossible for us to touch or harm each other in any way. I asked the figure sitting at the foot of my bed, "Are you an angel or a demon or something else?" The figure replied to me, "I am an angel with the full powers of angels, but not allowed to display my powers to anyone. But when I am alone, I am fully capable of exercising my powers. For eternity, my path for existing is to only observe and ponder, nothing more, nothing less. When someone comes along who can see me and recognize that I do exist, I am given the luxury of conversation, but I don't know for how long, because at some point I will cease to be observed by you. I could feel myself dozing off and losing the memory of speaking with the angel that sat at the foot of my bed. The angel then stated to me, 'Request to remember your dreams, and you will remember me.' Right before I fell asleep, I stated out loud to myself, 'Remember your dreams.' I fell asleep after telling myself to remember my dreams, and as I slept, I walked with the angel in my dreams, and we observed many things together. The angel told me to just watch and observe, because there is so much for me to learn and grow from, because my journey is just beginning. As I walked with the angel, I saw a man that looked exactly like me, except he was in a disabled and younger. But the more I looked at him, I really felt like I was looking at myself. This disabled man lay in his bed and fell into a deep sleep. But at 3 a.m., the voice of a God visited the man. I saw the man wake up, but I also saw that he was asleep at the same time. And the voice of a God said to the man, "If you will scream the word walk as loud as you can right now, I will cast the power of healing on you, and you will be healed and walk." As I observed the man, I could sense a strong arrogance about his personality. So I knew he would scream, "Walk," and I knew he would be healed because the voice of that God was full of truth. The man's eyes opened wide, and as his mouth opened, the word walk came out of his mouth. But it was so quiet, I could barely hear it. And the voice of the God thundered and told the man to say, "Walk." The man's eyes then became small, and tears ran down his face, and he said very silently, "Walk." The voice of the God then shined a bright light that descended on the man, and the God said to the man, "Because you chose the fear of God over the desires of the flesh, you are blessed." The man smiled, closed his eyes, and went into a very peaceful sleep. The angel said to me, "Do you see?" I replied, "The fear was a good fear. It was the right type of fear. I could feel it and understand it. And I think I must search myself constantly for that type of fear. I must also reserve that fear for the right power and not surrender it to things that are beneath me." The angel then stated, "That is all I'm able to observe with you for now. Happy travels." And the angel was gone. I opened my eyes and the angel was gone. The day had begun, and I had slept through the night and had an encounter of observation with the angel that will be with me forever. My room was bright as a day, and I went to the kitchen to make breakfast, and after I finished my breakfast, I went back into the main area to visit with the other inmates.
My heart's racing. Don't leave me hanging. On to the next.